Hello everyone, it is me again, coming to you with another video. I'm gonna put the disclaimer out there again. I'm not telling you to buy, sell anything concerning crypto, anything with the market. Not advertising any products also. But anyway, I wanted to make this video pertaining to the coming disease. So there is a disease that's coming, and it's going to be very bad. From what I was shown, it's already here. And they're not saying anything about it. I was taken to almost like some woods. I remember a dirt road dividing one side of the woods with another. I remember a Chinese guy with a weapon that was standing there at the woods. I remember walking behind him on this dirt road, and then another man appeared, and he says, "Go down, turn right," at the upcoming road. I went down and I turned right at the upcoming road, and as I turned right, I remember a glass case. In this glass case, I remember seeing ginger. I also remember seeing a peach. And then I also, what else was in there? I remember seeing the ginger. I remember seeing the peach. And then also, that's why I need to go get my book. I write everything down. But as I picked the man was standing there who told me to go down, turn right. He appeared where I was standing at, and then another man was on the side of me. And so there was a question asked, can we eat any of this? The man said, eat it at your own risk. This is his exact words. Eat it at your own risk. The guy picks it up and eats a piece of the peach. As the guy bites the peach, God blows the peach up in my eyesight. And as he's blowing this peach up, I'm seeing the tail of a worm. The tail of the worm was green. I remember seeing like it was highlighted green, brown, oranges, colors like that. But I remember seeing it highlighted, and it was eating through the peach. And so I hurried up and kind of jumped back, because I saw this worm in this fruit. So the dream switched from there, and God took me to a building of business. And as I was standing in the building, I remember seeing two elevators on my right and two elevators on my side. So I was in the center of the elevators. As I was standing there, I remember seeing a man walking with this like a cement casing, a special design case, and it was made out of cement. God took me from that spot and took me up into another section of this building. And now this building was a building like a corporation, more like offices again, but different levels to this building. Say for instance, you got Allstate. So Allstate is on level 3. And then you got, I'll say Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle is on level 4, okay? So as I was transferred from one spot to the next, to another level of this building, I remember seeing a little boy. And the little boy was standing there next to me. And I remember saying to the little boy, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So as mosquitoes, y'all. Mosquitoes ain't got bad. So as I was standing there, I remember God taking me through a hallway, and the hallway was dark and red. I remember seeing like it kind of looked like somebody had like a light bulb, but the light bulb was red, and so it showed red everywhere. And almost the people was black, like spot on black, not black in skin, but black in shadow. Okay, so I remember just seeing these black beings. So it wasn't people. No, they were spirits. And they were walking around in this hallway in this building. And these black beings with this red light everywhere. And everything was red, but the beings were black. These spirits were black, these demons. So God took me from that spot, and he also showed me a picture. It's almost like he showed me a picture. I mean, I know he showed me a picture, but it's almost, I don't want to say, but I could have, Mona Lisa picture, you know what I'm saying? The Mona Lisa picture. That's kind of, I'm about to bust me up some mosquitoes. But it's like the Mona Lisa picture. And so I went from that, and so he transferred me from there to another, but it was like real swift. It's like a real swift, very swiftly. He transferred me from there, and I mean, I went like from there to this deportation. I mean, he just took me to this office, and I remember walking, and I remember this glass wall, and the glass wall was like glass, like this glass. So I'm right here, and this is the wall, but the wall was made of glass, and then they cornered. So this is my knuckles are the corner, right? And so I had to go up and then turn, but it was all made out of glass. And I even remember the trim. The trim was black, but the glass was like floor to ceiling glass. I remember seeing somebody sitting in the hallway. The lady was sitting in the hallway. She had a blue suit on, and she had a mask on. She had gloves on. She was fully covered. Eyes was covered, hair was covered, feet. Every part of her body was covered. You could not see the color of her skin at all. You couldn't barely see her eyeballs because they were covered. But I knew that it was a woman because of her shape. She was at a computer in the hallway making notes. As I walked around, I remember them. I remember them with these little things. It was like they were pinching, some kind of a tray. I remember trays, and they almost looked like syringes, but they weren't syringes. And they had something in them, and they was pinching whatever this was in there into a box, like a glass box. Let me close my eyes and think as I'm saying. And so they were pinching it into the box. They were pinching it into this silicone, not silicone, but the oval tubes. But they were doing, I knew that they were doing experiments. Clearly that says they were doing, they were making something and doing experiments, right? So God transferred me from there to the building, right? To the lobby of this building. This is where it gets bad. Okay, so I'm standing in the lobby, and I remember seeing the receptionist desk. Okay, so I'm standing there, and I remember seeing even stairs onto my left. So as I'm standing there, a man came in, an unidentified man, right? So he's coming in, but this package that he has, this thing that he has is underneath his clothes, so he's sneaking it in, right? In the stream, that's what I'm seeing. This man sneaking something in, an unknown object into this building. So I'm still standing still. God has not moved me yet. And I'm literally standing there, not moving left or right, up or down, no nothing. I'm standing there. He's not moving me at all. I'm just standing there still, just like this. I'm not even looking left or right, but I can see everything around me. And I can see that he had something underneath his clothing. I could see that he was sneaking something into this building underneath his clothing. So I'm still standing, right? So here he comes back. But this time, the object that he had under his clothing is actually in his hand. And y'all, okay, so I'm trying to think, how can I describe it? Oh, man. Give me 1 second. Okay. I had to get something. I'm trying to describe to you the thickness, right, of what I saw. Okay, so I'm gonna see. Y'all, I'm too old not to know how to work this stuff, but I ain't finna. Let's see. Let me sit it on my outdoor table here. All right. So, all right, let's see. Okay, I'm gonna turn my camera on, y'all. Hold up. Okay, so hopefully y'all can see this. Y'all see the thickness? Now this is a sign that goes on my house. But the thickness of it is what I wanted to show you here. See how thick it is. I can't get it down, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm trying to show y'all. Okay. So this is the thickness of how thick this man-made box is, right? So it's man-made. Okay. So the box is made with that thickness of cement. And I'm saying cement because that's what it was. It was cement. And so it's okay. Okay. So I'm gonna describe it. So the box is a U. So it was a U like this, right? But a square U, like this. Okay. And then there was a thicker piece of cement in the center of the U, with a bar on either side of it going in. So the U was like this, right? I mean, the base was like this, and then you had a piece that's going in like this in the center, okay? And then put the box around my hand, okay? And so this here thing locked right in the center. And so it locks, and you had to unlock it with a code for it to swing up, because it had a bar going in either on both sides, on one side, and a bar going in for it to swing up and then lock back. Okay? Yeah. These people are deadly, man. They sick. So why the man fell? The man tripped. And so by this time, God is deportating. It's a deportation. He's transferring me. Right? He's transferring me to outdoors now. And this man is walking out this building, these people don't know this man has this disease in this container. He has the disease in the container. He's walking out, and God is placing me behind this man. And so as he's walking, next thing you know, he trips. As he trips, the box hits the ground so hard, boom! It doesn't bust, but it breaks the seal. As it breaks the seal, blood, y'all, splats everywhere, because God even allowed the blood to splat on my leg, right? So the blood splat on my leg, but the blood splat up into the man's face. The man immediately fell. The blood splat on me, but I'm still standing. I'm covered by the blood, so it's not even affecting me like it is actually affecting him within seconds. So his skin began to bubble, and as it's bubbling, a hole began to form, getting bigger and bigger in his face. And I'm sitting there. So another man comes and just stands there and watch, right? So because he don't know what to do. He wants to help, but he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do because he's seeing this man's skin bubble and bubble and bubble. So as this man's skin is bubbling, next thing you know, this injection of blood just come out. It ejects out of his body as if a jet was flying and taken off of a ship. I had never dreamed anything like this, y'all. Oh my God. It doesn't stop from there. It gets worse. The man, of course, could not help him. The man immediately dies because he lost all his blood because this disease caused the blood to eject out of his body. God he transfers me from there. Deportation. I just keep hearing deportation. God transferred me from there into another area of the world. I don't know what state. I don't know what town. All I know is I remember this place has ships in people's yards close to their homes. So I'm at this particular house, and here's this little boy again. And someone has touched this child, and this is spread by some kind of saliva, spit, any kind of thing that is particularly it's a bite mark, and so the boy got this from somebody's sweating on him, and they touched him, and he ended up with it. It ended up on his arm, and so it kept getting bigger, and it kept getting bigger, and I said, well, Lord, what do I do? What do I do for this kid? And so I started looking for Coca-Cola. I started looking for some Coca-Cola, the canned Coca-Cola, the bottle Coca-Cola, just the name Coca-Cola. I'm not telling you go fill your house with no Coca-Cola. Let me tell you something, because these foods and stuff that these people have, they could be putting their stuff in this stuff. I'm just telling you. But you know that Coca-Cola cleans the battery off. If you use Coca-Cola on your battery in your car, yes, it cleans it. If you use Coca-Cola in your toilet, it cleans it. No joke. So Coca-Cola will sizzle everything clean to the core. But I'm telling you this because I saw this in a dream. And I'm not telling you to go out and fill your basket with no Coca-Cola. That ain't what I'm saying. Get understanding in all things. So we have to pray to God on what it is that God is showing and saying in this time, because there's something coming, y'all. And I'm not saying it's coming tomorrow. I'm not saying that it's going to hit the States today. I just know that it's already here. And I'm not saying it's in America, but it could be in somewhere else. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying that God said that we got something coming, multiple things that's coming. And these people don't love us. They don't care. That was people creating this. Yeah. And the thing about it is they have families themselves, and they got the nerve to create something so deadly that it kill you within an hour. That it kill you within an hour and 40 minutes. That it kill you within 4 hours. Yeah. And it's a sick thing. It's a sick, sick world. But the thing about it is, that God, to me, when God gives me things like this, it's going to affect a lot of people, and it's going to even affect close to me, because he shows me things that's going to affect close to me, to my space, to my people, to my home. And I'm telling y'all, please, God, have mercy. And when he showed me COVID, he took me underwater to a land underwater, y'all. And these people created that even then. He said the people, they created that in a lab. They created it. But I remember two beings walking out of the water. One was pink and one was turquoise. The color turquoise. And one said to me, yeah, the second one is going to be worse than the first one. COVID came, and look what's coming. Something is coming so bad, it's going to kill so many people. I'm talking about millions. Millions of people are going to die. And I'm talking about the skin was pulsating. But anyway, let me get back to the dream. So, as God deported me from one spot to another. He deported me to a place where there's boats and ships, because I remember seeing a ship. No joke. I remember seeing a sailboat. That's what it was, a sailboat in these people's yard, right? And so as I was in this house, like I said, this kid got it on him from a transfer of sweat or saliva. But in the dream, I just thought it was a transfer of some kind of a sweat from off a person, because he kind of must have grazed him and it got on his arm. So that's what I was thinking in the dream. But it began to continually open this sore where the sweat was. It continued to open gradually. But his was slower than the adult. So the adult, it didn't take long. I mean, as soon as this stuff, this disease fell on him, his skin started pulsating, and the blood shot out of his face. Now for the kid, right? It ended up on the kid, but it didn't take as long for the kid to retract, for the blood to retract out of his body. It didn't take long. Yeah. That's one thing I'm thinking about right now, is that it did not take long for the disease. I mean, it took longer for the disease to move around in his body, maybe because he was healthier, or maybe the blood cells, maybe it was the type of blood that he had, or something like that, maybe. But it took longer because I was even able to go and try to find, I remember trying to find Coca-Cola. I even remember going to the door, and I handed the kid to my husband, and I told my husband, I need to go, I'll be right back. And I remember going outside, and as I went outside, I remember seeing people in the streets, and people were biting other people because they were so disgusted and so mad that they had the disease, and they knew that the disease was going to kill them very fast because they had already seen what was happening across the world. And so they were biting other people, y'all. They were biting other people. They were intentionally giving this disease to other people because they were mad, because they had it and they knew that life wasn't going to last long. They knew that was it once they got the disease. And so I saw people biting other people. And so I remember going across the street, and I barely went across the street, but I remember the person, she had a mask on her face, and I said, hey, do you have some Coca-Cola? And she said, yeah, I got some Coca-Cola. But I never went and got it. I never went across that street and got the Coca-Cola, but she did say she had some. So I remember Coca-Cola, y'all. Okay, listen to me very well. I remember going across the street. I remember looking in my icebox for some Coca-Cola, couldn't find it. I went outside to see about the Coca-Cola and asked the woman across the street, did she have some Coca-Cola? She said, yeah, I got some Coca-Cola. And I did not go get the Coca-Cola, okay? I went back into the house, and the kid had done passed. And because it was already, I felt like it was too late. So that's why I didn't go proceed to get the Coca-Cola. And then when I went in, I found out, yeah, it was too late because he had already passed. But it had already been like maybe, I say about 6 hours, 7 hours. I'm talking about in the same day, okay? So I handed the kid to my husband. This is when I handed the kid to my husband. And because I had took him, and then I handed him back. And I said, this kid is gone. He's passed away. So I ended up in another room. And as I ended up in this room, the little boy was laying in the bed. I had laid him down, and I was standing over the bed. And I remember I'm sorry, let me put this part in. So before the kid passed, I remember him saying that he had blacked out. When he blacked out because of disease, he came back. And when he came back, he said, the devil told me don't go, to stay with him. Those were his exact word in the dream. He said, the devil said, don't go, stay with him. And so in the dream, I told the little boy, do not go back. You stay and you fight. Don't go, you stay and you fight. Don't go. Don't listen to what he's telling you. You stay and you fight. He's not a good person. It's a bad spirit. They are bad. Do not listen to what they're telling you to do. You fight and you stay right here with me. That's what I told the little boy. And so that's when I went to go find the Coca-Cola. The Lord put it in me to go find Coca-Cola. So I went to go and find the Coca-Cola in my icebox, and I didn't have any Coca-Cola. That's when I went outside to get the Coca-Cola from a lady across the street. She walked up. I said, do you have any Coca-Cola? And she said, yeah, I got some. But I did not follow her to go get the Coca-Cola. I went back in the house and discovered that the kid had already passed away. So I laid the kid on the bed, and as I laid the kid on the bed, the kid jumped up right after he had them passed away. He jumps up and he points at me and he said, "Die." Yeah, he points at me and he tells me to die. This spirit, this demonic demon that had took over this kid's body, and this kid is gone and dead, and the demonic spirit rose up in this child. The whole body rose up. And he pointed to me and he said, "Die." And then he paused, right? So he pauses and then he looks like this. And so this lady is laying on the ground. This young beautiful lady is laying on the ground, and there's a plant that's on her head. And this lady was my child, and there's a plant on her head, and it was a lantana. And I'm gonna see if I could. I don't know how to flip this dang camera. I wanted to show y'all the lantana because I actually have one that's mysteriously growing. I have not planted no lantana in years. I have not planted lantana, and I don't know how long. It's been years. I mean, it's probably been about 10 years since I planted a lantana, a flower. But I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna see if I can just turn the camera. Let me show y'all this lantana that just started growing in my yard on its own. I did not plant the lantana, but I'm gonna show y'all the lantana. Okay. Let's see if I can turn it. Can y'all see? Y'all see that lantana, that yellow flower back there? I hope y'all can see it. No one knows. I don't know how to flip the camera, y'all. This flower started growing out on its own. I did not plant that flower there. There's other flowers I planted, but that lantana, I did not plant. It has started growing here too. I didn't plant the lantana. And it's probably growing somewhere else in my yard, but that's the only spot that I actually see the lantana growing right now. God dang it. And I was just kind of looking real quick to see, but I remember back in 2018. Maybe 20, no, not 2018, I'm sorry. Maybe 2012, something like that. This is where I had the lantana right here. Where this plant is. And that's where I planted that lantana. This is on the other side of my house. And so I pulled that lantana up years ago. And I mean years ago. I have not planted another lantana because it got so big, you know. It got so big till I just kind of got tired of dealing with it. But in the dream, you know, I came out here the other day after I had that dream, and I saw this lantana in my garden after I had the dream. But on top of her head, right, was the lantana flower, like a crown. It was on her head. And I was trying to see, y'all, if I had any other, that's the only spot that I see in lantana. So anyway, so I was trying to go there and see if, I was trying to remember where I was. Okay, so I'm tired, y'all. But like I said, for the Coca-Cola, I couldn't find a Coca-Cola. Kid passed, and you know, he woke up and said die, and the demonic spirit, and like I said, the devil just turned around, right? This demonic spirit just turns, and next thing you know, says die, right? And so he stops and just turns, and you know, I know it's a long video, I'm sorry, but it was a long dream. It was like 5, 6, 7 parts. And so I'm gonna try to hurry up and skip through some of it, but I'm trying not to skip through some, but you know. So he looks over and my daughter's laying there, and she has this lantana on top of her head, right? And so he just pauses and can't move at all whatsoever. The yellow lantana was on top of her head. She got up and I said, hey, you all right? You all right? Anything touch you, you know? She said, no, I'm fine. And she just walks off. She just walks off. And she was fine. Next thing you know, the spirit just disappeared, right? So next thing you know, the dream went from there, and then I went to the front door, and as I went to the front door, I went outside, and there was 2 giants that came. I remember seeing some giants, like these giant demons, man. These suckers had muscles like galore. Like they had been lifting weights and for the last 99 years or something. I don't know. They were just huge demonic demons, man. But they look like regular, their bodies look like regular men bodies, but they had the shade of brown. But their faces now discombobulated all the way. So they said, I'm coming into your house. And I said, no, you're not. Well, lo and behold, see, they didn't get, hey, I got a God on my side, and it ain't theirs. My God sent some angels, and the angels appeared, pulled out this weapon I have never imagined ever seeing. I can't even explain the weapon, but it looked like it didn't look like a rifle. It looked like an automatic machine gun, but it was like a fluorescent, like multiple colors. I'm talking about turquoise, purple, green, red, and orange, and yellow, blues, and it was like a highlighting color, and it was just as if the color was I'm trying to, you know how you can see a car in a certain color, but then the sun hit it and it changes colors. The color just, transparent. I don't know, y'all, but it was the most beautiful thing. So, he pulled out that, right? And he said, no, you get out. You get away from her door. And so this other angel comes and stands on right behind me, right? And so I could see him at a glance behind me. And I'm like, yeah, I got back up. I got back up. And so they hurry up and turn around and scatter, right? And so the angel goes ahead and puts up this weapon of I can't, like I said, I can't even explain the weapon. Y'all, mosquitoes out here. I was trying not to do where some light is, but man, I'm getting ambushed by some mosquitoes. Shoot. So anyway, after that, that was it. After the angel said, hey, get out. Because I think these spirits, man, they are demonics. It's a demonic spirit. But these demonic beings were huge. There was 2 of them. And they were demonic beings, and they were huge. And they said, I'm coming to your house now. Yeah, I'm coming to your house. And see, angels was there. God has sent angels to my house. And he pulled out this weapon of destruction. Like, if you don't get away from her house, then I'm going to demolish you. And this is what that angel said to these demonic beings. It was, like I said, it was 2 of them, but they were so huge. I mean, they were so huge. And after that, they scattered and left. And next thing you know, the dream ended, y'all. And I'm so sorry for it being so long, but I just wanted to show you the flower. And I also wanted to just really tell y'all a lot of the details of this disease that's coming. So y'all be prepared, get ready, get your house filled up, and get your house in order. And like I said, don't go fill your refrigerators and your storage bins up with Coca-Cola and that down. Okay, because that's not what I'm telling you to do. What I'm telling you is to go before God and go get on your knees and pray. Go to your prayer closet and pray to God and ask him to guide you and what you need to do for your family to be safe through what is coming, because God gives us wisdom, understanding, and he guides our steps if we ask him. We don't just wake up with this stuff. You got to ask God. I know you don't, and some of you just coming on my channel just to know, what the stock market, what number, what it's going to be. No, I don't play them kind of games. What I give you is what God says. Other than that, Hey, you're going to have to go to God for yourself. We need to go to God for ourselves, because this disease is not nothing to play with. This disease is nothing to play with that's coming. And you need to be ready, and you need to be prepared for what is coming, because it's going to be very, very bad. If you have a family, man, your family need to be protected. Children, a mother or father, it doesn't matter. You need to pray for your people. You need to pray for your people across this nation, across this world, across this. Everybody needs prayer, because this thing going to hit everywhere. It's going to hit everywhere, and it ain't got no face. Let me tell you that. It does not have a face. So don't think you're so strong to where you won't get it. But if you're covered by the blood, I promise you, in the dream, I was covered by the blood, and I did not get it. I'm telling you, it splashed on my leg, and it was in the blood. You know what I'm saying? They put it in blood to transfer it. So not only that, it was in the fruit. So that I bit the peach, right? And when I bit the peach, I saw the disease in the peach. So they're going to poison the foods. Listen to me. It was in the food. This disease, God blew the food up, this peach up in my face. It was in the food. The man bit it, not knowing. The man told him, eat it at your own risk. Eat it at your own risk. Eat it at your own risk. Eat, E-A-T. Eat it at your own risk. It's in the food. It's going to be in the food, people. Please. Stop going all these different places. I'm like, oh girl, I'm going out. No, go to your freezer. Go to your freezer and make your own food. Shoot. So I just wanted to go there and put this out, get this out, because some people are not even listening. They don't even care to hear. And I'm just being real about it. They don't care to listen, see what God is saying at this time. Some of them just filled up with evil, and they're not even trying to hear it. Whether this disease come and hit them on the doorstep or not, hey, they were warned. They were told, and they were warned. I did what I was supposed to do. I put it out there, and I told everything that I was supposed to tell. God gave me another dream. I would tell it if He told me to tell it. Other than that, hey. But I'm telling you what I've seen. I'm telling you what God is saying. God is saying that we got some stuff coming. Get your house in order. Get ready. Get ready. Because a lot of this stuff is already going on. A lot of this stuff is already here. They're not telling us. Stop believing what the news is saying. The news people ain't telling us, right? The government don't care about us. Stop. People, stop. My people who are called by His name, stop believing what the news people is saying, because it's not true. It's false news. Okay? Stop believing what the news is saying. It is false. It is false. Stop believing what the government is saying, man. I kind of got, it's almost like they're working together. Like, it's almost as if they are all working together. Yeah, like they're working together. So, say for instance, one particular president say, oh, I'm going to go there and I want to be president. He calls another president and say, hey, I need you to do this. I need you to cause this so I can get in. I need you to also do this, so. Wow, really? So I need you to do this so I can get in. But I also need you to do this so he can get out. It's going to help the both of us, because stocks will fall, oil will rise. Did you hear what I said? Stocks will fall, but oil will rise. We'll win on both ends, because it'll also get rid of some people too. Man, we got to have wisdom in all things. And most of the time, God speaks, we don't listen. I'm just being real because we're human, so we got to really connect with God and give our minds, hearts, and bodies to the Lord. Humble ourselves before Him. Allow Him to speak to us and allow Him to use us according to His will. According to His will. We want His will, not our will. All right? So I just wanted to come on and let you all know what He had shown me. And like I said, I have multiple dreams that He showed me all the time. Only what He tells me to give to y'all, I will reveal to you. I would share it with you all. But other than that, I really don't reveal all the dreams and stuff. But this, like I said, the Luna, the disease, and also the war. So y'all please get your houses in order, get ready for this stuff, and stock up on some food and stuff, and stock up on things that your essentials that you need. Please, y'all. I'm asking and begging you, please do this. Stock up on it, y'all. Please. What if you go to the gas station and you can't use cash because they've crashed the market because they're going to digital? You don't know what these people are planning. What if somebody hike the system to where you can't even use your credit card? Just saying, what if this happens? So God bless you all. Love you. Yeah, have a blessed one. Have a good day, good month, good year. Let us all be safe in Jesus' name. Amen.